Hey guys, Multi here. Today let's talk about again Mythic Plus, again tier list. 4 weeks ago I made my predictions for the season 4 for Mythic Plus Dragonflight. Today I want to talk about it, how right or how wrong I was about certain specs. First of all, here on the right side, here you can see my predictions from 4 weeks ago, and on the left side you can see for the actual week high keys. High keys is based on top 5% of keys from this reset, so the datas are pretty accurate that we have right now. I would say that a lot of people still play Mythic Plus. Sure, it's less than in the past seasons, but still a lot of data, and a lot of data always means that data is quite accurate usually. So let's start. Let's start with the bottom. They only have here 1, 2, 3, 4 tiers. I have 5, so let's see if we can put it together. They have like as me, survival pretty much on the bottom, followed by affliction, which I had at the end of C tier. Seems like it's doing even a little bit worse, and then followed by the rogue spec. But yeah, I had it in B tier, so I'm kind of wondering that it's not doing that great, but it seems like it's one of the worst specs at the moment. And as you can see, there is a pretty big gap. Then is a gap of around 100 points from the bad C tier spec to the best C tier spec, to the worst B tier, sorry. As you can see here, the sub-rogue spec is only 1 plus 17, very less parses, stuff like this. And then is Feral Druid the next one. So Feral Druid, I already ranked it here pretty low. D tier seems like it's doing a little bit better. So it's a good question where we put it when we have here 5 tiers. But yeah, let us put it in the first of C tier, and then followed by, like, I also have it here, the Frost DK, Enhancement Shaman. I added in B. Seems it's doing a little bit worse, so we put it down. Marksman Hunter following, I have it here, so pretty bad spec. C tier is not doing good, definitely. And then we have Asa Rogue, which is exactly here as well. And then Demo Warlock, which I definitely was wrong. I thought Demo Warlock is doing much better. Let us, oh, here's a heal spec. Let us put it in the first B tier, because like I said, we have here 5 rankings. So let us put it in the first of B tier, because as you can see, there is again another pretty big gap here coming. But I would say Demo Warlock is maybe the first spec that I would say it's okay. Then followed by Arcane Mage. Mage has 2 better specs. Is also here exactly followed by it, so we are fine with that. And then we come to the Beastmaster spec, which is here the first A tier spec. A tier is here pretty big, is around 150 points, as you can see here. So I would put, maybe I had it here in A tier, but I think I will put it here in front of the other specs in B tier. So it's in the middle of the pack, but doing quite well. And then followed by with Fury Warrior, which is here as well. Devastation Evoker, which I had pretty low, to be honest. I had it pretty low. Is doing quite better, followed by the Monk. But some people say Devastation Evoker to me in the comments, like, it's so good, look at the data. Right now it's just in the middle of the pack. It's not as worse as I predicted, but it's also not as good as many people in the comments predicted it. So this is the B tier. This is already the specs that are doing quite well. And then I would say we start here with my A tier, which starts with the Havoc Demon Hunter, which I had also pretty high, maybe a little bit higher than they is right now. And then the next thing that I was doing pretty bad, I had Unholy DK very low, but to be honest, it is doing quite good. It's not one of the top specs, but it's doing quite good. And then Retribution, a little bit worse than I predicted. And then we have the Elemental Shaman, which was doing quite better than I predicted. Okay, Arms Warrior, That's fitting very good. Devastation Evoker, and then we have the top. Oh, there is. Where's the rogue spec that I was looking for? Here it is. Outlaw Rogue. I had it pretty high. It is definitely a little bit lower. We put it. Yeah, let's put it here. Okay. And then we have the top 5 specs, which are as predicted from my side: Shadow Priest, Fire Mage, and Balance Druid. I was not sure about Augmentation Evoker, how good it is. It is still S tier. I had it only in the top of the A tier. And we have also Frost Mage, with where I'm wondering a lot about it. And honestly, as you can see, there is a big gap between this place and this place. So maybe Frost Mage would make more sense here. So it is the best of the rest, but as you can see, it also has a pretty high gap between Frost Mage and Destruction Warlock, so I'm not sure what is the right thing to do. Lowest S tier, highest A tier, it's depending on what you would go, but in general I would say I would recommend taking 2 of these together with Augmentation Evoker to be on the perfect spot. That is my opinion, or take these 3 maybe together. So yeah, in general these are much stronger than Frost Mage, but also Frost Mage is in a very, very good spot. So as again, you can argue S tier or A tier. So what changed? When you look at my table, I think my predictions were okay. Some people would maybe even say good, but what I got wrong is definitely I had Elemental Shaman lower, I had Frost Mage definitely lower than predicted, I had Demo Warlock a little bit higher than predicted, I had Devastation Evoker very, very down. It's in the middle of the pack, which is fine. Sub Rogue, I had it higher, is doing pretty bad, to be honest. And also the Unholy Decay, which I had pretty low, I think I had it in C tier, is now a pretty decent spec. So overall, I would say this is the meta, how it looks. Things can change little by little, but in general, this is how it is. This is for high keys, just to be clear. And also, as you can see, the highest keys plus 21 is played by exactly those 5 specs that are the highest one, and then followed by, yeah, mostly all the other ones. They are a little bit close together. Some of them only 18, 19, some of them have a 20, like for example Arms Warrior, Retribution Paladin. Retribution Paladin has a lot of utility that can help to be able to do higher keys than others, even if the damage is maybe a little bit lower. But also, as you can see, the number is super inflated. 4,000 passes with Retribution Paladin. It's just crazy, if you be honest. And if you are comparing it to I don't know, anyone with those, so 5-6 times higher numbers than some of the specs here in the list, Retribution Paladin is by far the highest one, followed by Shadow Priest, and then there is a super hard gap. The next one to Shadow Priest is, yeah, Warlock and Evoker. So overall, I think the meta is fine. We have every class, if I'm not lying, has a, besides Devastation Evoker, has a spec in the A tier, which is, no, Hunter, sorry, Hunter also, Hunter and Devastation Evoker, Monk, I was wrong, yeah, but at least a B tier spec that is doing okay. Is it important for you to play a Shadow Priest or Fire Mage if you just want to do a few weekly keys? No, definitely not. If you want to go for the highest possible numbers, if you want to play around plus 20 or maybe even plus 19, then it definitely helps to play one of those specs. That's it for today, guys. Have fun in the following weeks with this new season. See you. Bye bye.